Hello, today we are looking at Sitarion. It's electric sitar by Soundirons. Now, I'm on a quest to find the best sitar out there, and in all honesty, this is it so far. If I'm wrong, please let me know down in the comments and send me a link of another sitar which you think is better than this, and I will check it out. But this is a powerhouse of sound. It's got over 21 gigabytes of samples backing it. It has phrases, it has different articulations, pitch bends, doesn't have mic positions, but in all honesty, it makes up for it for other things which I will get into in a minute. Now, this will require the full version of KONTAKT, and as I said, if we scroll all the way down to the interesting stuff, so there's sitar plucks, there's, I can't pronounce that word, sympathetics, hammers, crinthans. I'm honestly just probably butchering words, but if you compose Indian music, you'll probably understand these. Paperwork link is in the description as always. But let's actually move into KONTAKT itself. As I said, the full version of KONTAKT, and when you get it, there's three different patches. There's the phrase patch, which is this one we currently have open. There is the actual sitar patch itself with all the articulations, and there is a light version as well because it is quite heavy. I think it's like over 1 gigabyte of RAM, but you'll see what I mean when we actually get into it. We're actually going to quickly go over some of my favorite features of this library, and then we're going to do a full walkthrough and review of all the different articulations, features and sounds. So firstly, my most favorite thing out of all is this phrase library. It reminds me of the Sounds of India instrument that came free with Piano Book a while ago. It's no longer available. You can buy it from somewhere, which is a shame because it was a great little instrument. But first, there's so much you can do with these phrases, and there's so many phrases. If I actually click here, look how much stuff is here, and they already have a load of stuff set, so you can switch between phrases with articulation sets. And just for sound quality, I'm just going to hit a note and just let you listen. And if we swap for maybe an E light. Now that is a sitar. It sounds absolutely amazing. It's got those pitch bends. Every note plays something different, and look at the choices we have. There is so much there, so much content, and of course you have body, attack, offset. There's a big volume knob there, release, vibrato as well. Although I don't know how much control that actually has within the phrases, but when we actually get into the main thingy-bob itself, let's open that one up now, it definitely has an effect. It is a bit of an artificial vibrato, but you'll see what I mean very shortly. Now, what's really cool here, now if you look at tuning, this is another one of my favorite features. You can edit that, and at the moment it's set to Western chromatic, but you can do North Indian 1, 2, South Indian, so there's all these different tunings here as well. If I click on North Indian, there's different scales as well, so you can flick through all those different scales. I wonder, does it change if I go back into here and go to South Indian? Are there different scales? Yes, there are. So if you do know Indian music, which I do not, I'm not going to even attempt to pass as somebody who composes Indian music, but the scales are all there, the tuning is all there, which is absolutely amazing. And it's almost, I would say, a hidden feature. It's just this little black bar here that you can choose the tuning, which is exactly what you want. You don't just want the Western version of this instrument, do we? But I'm going to keep it on the Western simply because I compose Western music. Now, articulation wise, we have lots and lots of choices: plucks, hammers, mi-end hammers up, plucks, a different version of plucks, I think, there, and then words I cannot pronounce and I do not want to attempt pronouncing, but there is pitching effects within it. There is dynamic control there as well, and all these other controls which we will now look at, because we've looked at my favorite features, the phrases and the fact that you can change the tuning. So let's jump into the plucks and just start playing around and really looking at how this sounds. Remember, it is an electric sitar. It's not a traditional sitar, but it's more traditional than the Bizarre Sitar was. Body, what does this do? And of course we can affect the actual overall volume. Vibrato. You see what I mean? It can sound a little artificial, but it is very important to have on an instrument like this, I definitely feel. There is a release, we can turn that up. So you can have a longer sounding note. We have a resonance. Resonance there. I'm going to turn the vibrato off for now, but that is plucked. You can actually click on it and change what's going on here, so that could just be a repeat there. Hammer-ons, which is a gorgeous sound, and what's really nice is because you do have key switches, you can simply just flick between the two and create this really realistic, beautiful sound. And then you can have these bends, which again is almost an essential articulation for this instrument. Plucks, shikaris, and probably one of my favorite articulations. Again, another technique, and just I love that almost fretboard sort of sound there. But that's just something you're not going to be able to create just using a plucked articulation. And so it's really nice to have that articulation, because again, swapping between them, using this to its fullest, really, really cool. More bends, again, essential. And I think somebody mentioned this in the free sitar, that you really need these bends. What's next? I think that's a repeat of that one there, I think. What else? Yes, it is, by the looks. What else? Nice little sound there. And I think we're doing a lot of repeats there as well. And there's a damper as well. Well, there you have it. Lots and lots of articulations. You can double up on some as well. You have up to 12 on the board here. I think overall we have, if we actually click on it, you can see 9 different articulations, 12 places to put them. Pitch, bend, range. So I believe if I... That's a nice feature. So if we're using the plucked, you can and change the effect of it half a step. That's almost, I would say, an essential feature of a sitar, and that's very passable. I tried it on the Bizarre Sitar, did not work, and the fact that you can control it there to half a step, a quarter of a step, as I said, best sitar I've seen. It sounds great, it's beautiful. The proof is in the pudding. I'm very excited about this instrument actually. There is a sequencer as well. I should probably turn it on. and you can change it between glissandos and arpeggios. Nice added bonus there. There is a rack in the back. If you click there, you can edit reverbs and other bits and bobs, so there's always that. There's a second rack as well. This really utilizes the KONTAKT in its fullest, which is nice, so you can mess around with that. Now, what we've not looked at yet is this bit down the bottom. We have played a lot around with these, but you're probably wondering, what are all the other colors? So right down here, we do have our key switches, which is the green, I believe. I've got to go even further down on my keyboard. There you go. There's your different articulations. But if we go back up to purple, is that purple or pink, I guess? You have the roots. Well, it says fifth as well. So you have different bits and bobs. You can actually see it labeled very in small print there in KONTAKT. We have strum down and strum alt, and then a strum up. So nice little bits and bobs there. At the top, you have sympathetic. Bits there. And then effects, more like strum down, strum up effects with a bit more oomph than the ones down there. So lots and lots going on. You're getting a bang for your buck, in all honesty, especially now it's on sale for like $79. So really cool. Right, phrases. I want to quickly skip back into this one and maybe explore it a little bit further before we finish up this video. So what can we actually do here? Again, we do have the effects rack, so you can add bits and bobs. There is a legato, and you can change the speed from fast and slow. And you can sync, and there's normal, there's different playback modes as well. You can actually affect the volume of each one as well there. There's a little bit there. And articulation wise, empty or slide, don't think that's really anything important. You can affect panning, of course, velocity, sensitivity, pitch. There is a sequencer. You can swap everything down here. Sequencer playback. Oh, there we go. Oh. So if you really wanted to go in and actually touch these up a little bit and edit them, you can. Nice image and bits and bobs. I really like how they've done this. I almost feel it's a different approach to what they were doing with the layering, but the sound quality is astounding, and this is really a bread and butter sitar library. That is honestly exactly what I've been looking for. But I think let's leave the review there. As I said, there is a light patch, but all that is a light version of the full for processing wise. If you're on a lighter computer, as you can see, you might not be able to. It is a little lighter on the memory. That's what that simply means. But if you can use the full one, use the phrases. This is a really cool and high quality sound library by Soundiron. Not a lot of people sample sitars. It's a shame. And I'm glad they've done it, and they've done it really well. I'm impressed. So highly recommend it. There's an affiliate link in the description if you want to purchase this, and I think I can give you a 5% coupon off as well. I don't know if you can use that on top of the actual sale. Probably not, but still, that's a steal of a price for the quality you're getting. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.